back again with the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. This background screen technically shouldn't be here because it exploded last time. So there's a lot of questions that we have about lots of things. So let's get right into that trial. See what's going on. Kaboom indeed, Sporkles. Drebber bad? Yes, I assume as much. Hello, Hairbrain. Sholmes! Why are you here so early? Is it because everyone connected to the professor is showing up? Bye, Sholmes. So back to what we were talking about. Please... Yes, please don't enter the witness stand uninvited. Please don't say anything that could make you seem guilty. Please don't... So don't talk, okay? Sholmes, we're talking with our defendant here. What do we need to praise you for? Oh, you're awake! Wow! Yeah, that is pretty much a miracle for Sholmes. Well, he's never here at the start of the trial, so it's very impressive. He always shows up at the recess. Ah, scalding tea. That's what wakes him up. It's another Haas 00312 following. Thank you very much. You're filling up most of my activity queue up there at the top right. Congratulations. Lending tea. Gregson! I didn't buy anything, man. No, I banned the bot offer. What are you doing here, Gregson? Grimmer expression. Ooh, paperwork! What are we gonna need this for? Sweet bejeebus! Alright, let's read this. 17th June. Wait. Courtney's in on it! This is a huge scandal! Gregson. What a lad. Alright, back to the important talk. Yes. Oh, please. We've got police dogs working with us. It's all thanks to you, Hairbrain. You're the reason we found it. Has it always been one guard with a mustache, one guard without a mustache? Yeah, Courtney Scythe, the white-haired step-on-me lady. The right-hand woman of Strongheart. The forensics person. Different last name. No, her name was Scythe, wasn't it? Didn't that say Courtney Scythe? Kazuma! You can see the hand of his things! Courtney Stevens! Wait, for which case it's Courtney Stevens? It is Courtney Stevens. She got married! Who's Stevens? Hi, Kazuma! Are you gonna be pouring his drink? Alright, I figured out what's gonna snap Kazuma back to reality and make him lose his mask. We're gonna slam the desk, but we're gonna get the slap noise. There's someone standing at your side! Oh! He cut off the cork! Holy crap! He does have amnesia. Prosecution? I'm the one who found the dude. Sholmes is the one who deactivated the bomb. Well, one of the bombs. Don't take the credit, Van Zeeks. You know I did it. Probably. God, if there's no summation examination, this is going to be a wonky case. It's against the magician's code. I've seen magicians take people's lives like 3 times now in this series. At least. I'm still concerned about why the sleeping Bobby is here. Alright, Van Zeeks. A report. Ooh. We know who did it. It's the guy you're about to summon to the witness stand. He told us. We have Gregson was there, Sholmes was there, Courtney was there. It is an outrage. We have very strong reason to believe that Trevor is the one who did it. Oh, photographic print showing how he dropped the cage down. And you guys are still gonna claim that the scientist did it? Very different trial. Nobody knows to draw meaningful conclusions. What?
Objection!
Yeah, he was being deliberately deceived by some frauds. They were frauds. We will prove innocence by fraudulence. Yeah, summon the witness. Ooh, getting straight into the good stuff. Hard to pin down. Have you all been to the Wax Museum? Does it? Hold on. I never investigated the head, did I? Where's the lock? Oh, there it is. Sholmes, you can pick locks, right? Don't seem to care about the latches. There's definitely a head in here, right? Probably. I hope we have to take the head out of this by the end of the trial. Already investigated this. We didn't look at the front piece. A bloodstain? Wait a second, what the hell? Please don't take apart your pocket watches. Guys? It's exactly what you're thinking. Okay, it's a good thing I looked at that, otherwise I would have been very confused later. This is from the Crystal Tower. You know, tourists love to go there. Well, let's investigate it just in case. Ha! Sholmes in his thick skin. This will link the mannequin to the thing. There's damage to the base from when it fell. Uh-huh. You know, the machine you built. Uh-huh. The blueprints, that's the evidence I didn't look at. Where are they? We don't have them. What is the trophy for? So okay, we didn't get the blueprints then, I guess. Amazing device, the pinnacle of modern science. We're on this train again?
Objection!
You're the one who blew it up!
Objection!
Damn it, now the jury's gonna be against us. Yes, give us your testimony. One year ago, through Asmon, constructed the machine to specifications. No trick. Bullshit was a fraud. We required a body double. Tell me, did the victim have a twin? No, but we had a wax figure. Head first. And he's gonna speak up. Oh, the bottom part fell. He got busted. The impression that something is moved when in reality it hasn't. Basic conjuring principle. Substituting the original or fake. Yeah, we know about your past, Trevor. God damn it. Juror number 4, yell at him. No! How does he know about the trophy? Mission skill? How'd you lose your arm? Misuse of science? Yeah, don't care. You burned the blueprints. Talk to me about the body double.
Objection!
That's not what I wanted to ask you about. Okay, we're not talking about that. Yeah, well, Dr. Scythe also did an autopsy report on someone who wasn't dead. Just playing on my mind too!
Hold it!
This is also something I disagree with. Yeah, we found your crossbow, Trevor. Head first, you say? A newspaper. Huh? I haven't done any research. We talked about this yesterday in court. Well, our wooden bird cage just doesn't agree with that, right?
Objection!
Because the base got broken, not the top. As you can see, the cage, which is a wooden construction, has sustained damage on one particular spot. Following the explosion, it fell some 30 feet into the glass of the crystal tower. That level of damage is to be expected, surely. I agree, the damage itself is entirely understandable. Doesn't make sense is the location of the damage. All the breakages in the wood are at the base of the birdcage, not the top. What are you saying? That's the opposite of where they should be. That's right, my lord. The birdcage that was at the scene is damaged at its base. We have reports of the birdcage falling headlong into the crystal tower. The damage is at the bottom. The only way to reconcile these two facts is to accept that there were two bird cages in play that day, which were at some point switched. Switched during what wasn't a scientific experiment, but elaborate piece of stage trickery. Grog. Good gracious, explain yourself, witness. Well, if we examine the facts, there's only one logical conclusion we can draw. The damage on the base of the birdcage clearly indicates that it crashed tail first into the tower. Multiple witnesses report and claim it fell head first. The birdcage materialized in the sky next to a balloon flying over stage. Spontaneous explosion. Altitude of 60 feet above the ground level. 18 meters. Proceeded to fall some 30 feet into the crystal tower in the ensuing deflagration. Witness reports amid such chaos are notoriously unreliable. The victim's neck was broken. He plummeted 30 feet in a heavy wooden cage. However he fell, it would be unsurprising to find one or two of his vertebrae crushed. A riveting scientific analysis of events from the prosecution there. Though to be even more rigorous, You'd have to say it was only one vertebra, actually. What is Van Zeek's doing? You're gonna establish this deception, do it right. And yes, there's one more point. The defense appears to have forgotten. Obviously wasn't a trick, as a certain truth very plainly demonstrates. What? Seems to me the cross-examination had better continue until we resolve this matter. Mr. Trevor, you will amend your testimony with details of this truth. Of course, we must treat the matter scientifically after all. Nearly had him there. He's on the ropes. You can see it in his hand. Well, how tall is the stage? Look at our diagram.
Objection!
Should have pressed the statement first. Aw, the judge just told me to go back to my country again. Oops. He is very sure of himself. Yeah, he blew up the machine. I'm sure Barak would love to cut this man down.
Hold it!
Tell me more about the stuff. How tall is the stage? Cam is live. What? Psh. We gotta prove this guy's a sham and a fraud. Good luck with that, Sporkles. It's all very well thought out. What else do I have? I guess the sketch... kind of? No. Guess we keep pressing for now then.
Hold it!
I don't think this man understood the science at all. Shh. So you didn't learn about the idea. Okay, alright. Oh, that hurts, Drebber. That one cuts deep. So it's got to be something with this, right? What do we have? The sketch is the only thing I can really think of. Because most of this stuff isn't going to be too useful. The post-explosion photograph already didn't do anything. Let's save the game. I don't want to be too many demerits in right at the start of the trial. Okay, let's try this.
Objection!
There we go. This is a diagram. Well, one fell from the green balloon, but not the one the guy was in, I think. Actually, I don't know. Something fell from the balloon and something fell from the stage. I don't know which one the guy was in yet. Yeah, it fell like that. Look carefully. There's one other possible location from which the birdcage could have fallen. Same distance of 30 feet. No. Well, it appears the defense has a possible explanation to put forward. Go ahead, counsel. Yes, my lord. Of course. We'll indicate the place which we are referring on the same diagram. Alternative location for which the birdcage could have possibly fallen the requisite 30 feet. Right here.
Take that!
As I'm referring to is here. That's where the birdcage would have been to begin with. Which is exactly the point, my lord. Yes, the birdcage was in the machine on the stage. We must also consider is the height of the stage itself. Go on, counsel. Turns out the experimentation stage was built at a considerable height above ground, though. Look at the diagram, in fact. You see, it's at about the same height above the ground as the balloon was above the crash site. The experiment got underway, the machine and the birdcage were engulfed in steam. At that moment, the floor of the stage gave way, and if we assume there to be a void underneath, the birdcage and the one seen by the audience would have fallen almost exactly the same distance. I was going to say at the same time. Again, my lord, this all points to the fact there is not one birdcage, but two!
Objection!
My learned friend has no evidence that the stage hid such a contrivance in its design. Someone is responsible for the criminal destruction of the machine itself, it's true. However, the stage still stands. Take a moment to look at the photographic print of the scene. There's a giant hole! Good lord, the metal grill that formed the floor of the machine is gone! Most likely blown open by the force of the explosion that destroyed the rest of the machine. Betts calls for the space below the stage to be investigated immediately! Mr. Drebber! It was you who built the kinesis machine, which means it was you who built the two bird cages that were used to carry out this deception. Whether Professor Harebrain's hypothesis is sound or not makes no difference. It's the construction of this machine that matters, a machine designed to take Mr. Asman's life. Laid the blame firmly at the professor's door, then they could only have been carried out by you, Mr. Enoch Drebber. Now let's talk about the professor. Ooh-ah!
Objection!
Uh-oh. That's the same sword technique that cut off Aoji's top knot. Wild assertions. Slowly but surely. 2 counts.
Objection!
Yes, the crossbow. What? Second flaw. Lack of motive. Money. I have here a contract provided by the witness. Contract is this, Lord Van Zeeks. Contract to which Mr. Drebber entered with the victim, Mr. Asman. It reads, Mr. Drebber is to receive 30% of all remunerations from the government grants or other income. 30%, certainly very favorable contractual decision. There's one very important provision bolted onto that clause. What provision? Mr. Drebber may only uphold his rights on condition that both contracting parties are alive. In other words, if either us were to die, the contract would become null and void. You see, I had nothing to gain from Mr. Asman's death. The diametric opposite, in fact. Need I say more? The witness had neither opportunity nor reason to commit the alleged crime. Short, the possibility of Mr. Drebber having done as you suggest is nil. That's true. Why did he do it? It seems the defense's assertion was somewhat wide of the mark. Lord Van Zeeks, you will submit the contract as evidence, please. But why did he steal the wax? The wax? Okay. So, in order for all what I'm thinking to make sense, the murder weapon wasn't the screwdriver. It was a burning crossbow bolt. It pierced the balloon and then hit the dude. But they would have they should have designed the cage to be a little sturdier so he wouldn't die from the fall. It could have just been like a couple of unfortunate accidents that led to him getting actually murdered. We still don't have a motive. There are 2 bird cages. Other aspects of the assertion that are undeniable. That means there's a second Asman. Just realized the right side of his suit has pluses and the left side has minuses. I'm also very glad Susato is here. Is it possible that I'm the culprit?
Objection!
Beginning of this trial, we believe that there was only 1 birdcage. Now we know there must have been 2. In other words, there's more to the demonstration than we realized at first. It's abundantly clear. Same applies to the culprit. Get to the point. Oh, I thought Kazuma disappeared. The stage demonstration was constructed and set up entirely by you, Mr. Drebber. Therefore, it's inconceivable that you had no hand in the events that transpired. The circumstances mean it's impossible that you could have carried out the crime yourself. It points to the fact that someone else was involved. Someone else? Counsel, are you suggesting? Yes, my lord. Drebber had an accomplice.
Objection!
An accomplice now. Well, then I presume you're prepared for what's to come. Now that you're accusing not only this witness, but someone else of the most serious crimes. These accusations turn out to be false. Make no mistake. Prosecution will demand an equally serious punishment for your slander. Which other party are we talking about here, guys? Asmon? Courtney? Bohemian Boy? Why don't you have his full name? Oh no. More than a hunch. Never had an accomplice. He really is a culprit here. Alright, well, here we go. Let's save the game. Alright. So, backing down could very well be the option here. And I've only got two possible accomplice names. One of them is highly unlikely, and one of them is kinda... Hold on. What are we... Yeah, Asmon's my guess. Someone else was involved. Sure, I'll name an accomplice. That's ready to name Mr. Drebber's accomplice. Two bird cages must have been switched. Everything points to that. According to the coroner's report, that's not a possibility. It is the coroner! God damn it, Courtney! We summon Courtney Scythe to the stand! Where are you?
Take that!
Name of the person in question is... What's wrong, my Japanese friend? Surely fear doesn't bind your tongue now. It's a little late for that. Of course I'm afraid! After all, naming her in this capacity is definitely going to make waves. A lot of waves. Could very well turn every single person in this courtroom against me. Ah, thank the Lord Susato is here. Enemy always appears larger than life, which will appear exactly the same to the enemy. Alright then, here goes. You've kept us waiting long enough. Your answer, Counsel, now. Person who colluded with Mr. Drebber in order to carry out this wicked crime? Scotland Yard's coroner, Dr. Courtney Scythe! What the blazes are you talking about, Dr. Scythe? Head of the forensics investigation team, the coroner who conducted the autopsy on the victim? No, there were two bird cages, so who could have carried out the switch to complete the illusion? The accident happened in front of a huge crowd of spectators, and the air was immediately sealed off. Everyone, police officer included, were banished to make way for the forensics investigation team. I've had my lawyer status back for 48 hours, and I made an enemy out of everyone in London. Except Susato, Sholmes, and Iris. And Gina, they're still on my side. I'd say Gregson too, but he seems a little iffy right now. Well, Drebber? He's sweating. Mention that the court determines exactly what happened following the incident. Defense demands Dr. Scythe be summoned to the witness stand at once to testify. Is he? Gregson did let us investigate a bunch and let Sholmes pick the lock. You've got nerve, lad! Standing up there dragging the yard's name through the mud! I know the woman very well. There's no better dead room worker out there. How dare you call her a criminal? My learned friend's imagination appears to be wilder than the East End at night. But the recklessness of your accusation aside, there's another grave problem with your argument. One which the prosecution demands you address at once. Grave problem? Who do you claim acted as the victim's doppelganger? Wax! Certainly, if the birdcage containing the body of the victim was exchanged for another, that cage must also have contained a body. And yet, no missing persons or accidental deaths of anyone even remotely resembling the victim have been reported. Which means there was no one, dead or alive, who could have filled the role of a body double for Mr. Aspen. Well, who said it's gotta be a living person or a dead person? Why couldn't it have been a wax person? Evidence. Very well, defense will address my learned friend's concern by presenting evidence that reveals the true nature of Mr. Asman's body double. Good gracious, evidence! I do hope this isn't filibustering, counsel. No, because that would make them... in this case, naming someone would mean that person was the body double. So naming Tuspels, I don't think would work. But showing the glass shard that we found should, I think. I don't know what the birdcage was. Crap! I don't know if the shard is going to be presentable here, so let's save for safety. I will load this save if it turns out this is the right thing, I just presented the wrong thing. It's either the glass or the head.
Take that!
It's not the glass shard.
Take that!
Head! We know the victim, Mr. Eisner, was in the birdcage situated in the kinesis machine on stage. Therefore, he couldn't have been inside the second birdcage. Instead, that contained something else. It's been described as a body double, which is what fell from the sky and crashed into the crystal tower. Yes, counsel, according to a somewhat elaborate version of events. That body double inside the second birdcage was, in fact... Deep breaths. Slam the desk, but not lightly. Thank you. As I was saying, the body double inside the second birdcage was, as unbelievable as it may seem, who wheeled this into the courtroom? How long has this been here? Sholmes!
Objection!
Open your eyes and look into mine, my Japanese friend. Now tell me, what are you playing at? Court will observe, this is a waxwork model. No! He did the slap! Model, in fact, of the infamous London murderer from 10 years ago, the Professor!
Objection!
You started by indicting the leader of the forensics investigation team as an accomplice in this crime. And now you've moved on to indicting waxworks. Yes, that's about the size of it. But why? And why this waxwork? It looks nothing like the victim. In fact, it could hardly resemble him less. What possible justification can you give? Well, he doesn't know about the glass shard. Yeah, just ask the witness. He's the one who stole it. Days before Professor Harebrain performed his public demonstration, Mr. Drebber abducted this model from Madame Tuspel's. Did you say abducted? 2 days after the incident at the Great Exhibition, he returned it to the museum. Then the timing. Is this true, Mr. Drebber? At first, I couldn't see why Mr. Drebber would have stolen a waxwork and then given it back again. Now, the reason is clear. He took it so he could put it inside the second birdcage as a body double for Mr. Asman. Gah!
Objection!
Are you hearing this, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Are you hearing the defense's astonishing proposal? Guys, we're not done! That the witness fabricated this vast machine with the intention of deceiving some wretched scientist. With its own collusion with the country's finest coroner on a public stage in front of a vast audience. And that, to the effect of the deception, he used a waxwork model that in no way resembles the victim. That's because we haven't showed them the thick glass shard that we're keeping in our pockets.
Objection!
Of course it sounds impossible. But I haven't shown the shard! Some of my colleagues have reached an agreement. No! No! We're so close to having a case without a jury examination.
Guilty! Guilty!
Guilty.
Guilty!
Kill me!
How old is this child? Sounds like they're like 12. Oh my god, Van Zeeks. Just because you can't handle my argument, you turn the jury against me? Let's start the summation examination. Can't we just say that Van Zeeks is putting the cart before the horse and we weren't done with the evidence? We literally have a piece of evidence that proves the wax figure was at the stupid crystal tower. Van Zeeks isn't even complaining that we're doing the summation examination anymore. Alright, jurors, you morons. Why are we starting on 6? Or nonsense to think those two. They do have a connection. Technically, we have a link between the two. Well, maybe. You don't trust them? Okay. I have proof! Can't believe jurist number 6 spoke up. Oh, he's blackmailing her. He's got a picture. And he held on to the head as extra blackmail in case the picture disappeared. Yeah, keep wiggling your metal hand. I actually need to talk to you. Tell me more about her. Huh? Copper? Bend the rules when needs must. Why were you asleep at Madame Tussfeld's? Huh? Fight crime and to win the public's trust. Wow. Uh-huh, 10 years ago? Let's talk about this more. Tell us about Courtney Smith. No? Alright.
Hold it!
I've got a little bit of evidence. More than one way to pull a rabbit out of a hat. I have the evidence! Evidence that Professor Waxwork was inside that birdcage. Can I produce that or not? Yes. Firmly believe it's only wise to trust men in white coats. Given your jet black outfit, I don't mind admitting to a sense of trepidation here. Don't trust anyone in black. Looking in the mirror must be very trying. Glass shard!
Take that!
What's that? A piece of glass. That's unusually thick for glass. Yes, it's a piece of broken glass we found inside the jacket on the waxwork. You say it's not ordinary glass, though. It's very thick and clearly made for extra strength. Much like the special glass that was developed for the construction of the Crystal Tower. The Crystal Tower? Holy smoke! Exactly, the centerpiece of the Great Exhibition, where the very incident we're talking about took place. The day in question, the birdcage fell from above and smashed through a window, that special glass. From whence a small piece originated, is that it? Precisely. So, what do you say? Now that clear evidence in support of the assertion has been placed before you. Well, as I said, I only trust men in white coats as a rule. However, when the reasoning is sound, it's fair to say color shouldn't come into it. Thank you. Racism is no more. And when you show me here, yes, I feel obligated to change my position on the matter. In that case, juror number 4, you will amend your statement now, please. The waxwork was inside the birdcage. What did you say, jurist number 5? Now, let's talk to the other jurors.
Hold it!
Those two were the ones I wanted to talk to. Okay, keep reading about Van Zeeks. Solar Pond Street was caught in 2 days flat. Dr. Scythe examined the bodies. Man, they've learned how to press me. These are some advanced jurors.
Hold it!
Does he? Romantic if they would have mutual interest in the waxwork. Defendant in this court. The defendant is a handsome prosecutor. Whoa! Whoa! Learning a connection between the waxwork and Dr. Scythe. Okay. So 3 and 5 are the only ones I haven't pressed yet.
Hold it!
Tell me about the police that you dislike. Numerous occasions while performing on the street. park, street corners, and the likes.
Not in my day. Excuse me.
Yes, jurist number 6. What do you have to say about this? Otter Mole? Who are you calling a mass murderer? I don't look anything like the man. You want to be locked up, sonny? Thank you, Shalms. So he's not actually Otter Mole. Back in my day, back in the good old days, it wasn't like this. What was it like, sir? With our fingers to the bone to earn the public's trust we did. By Jove, we earned it! People respected us back then! It respected you? No one would have called a coroner into question in those days. Coroner's report was the hallmark of an investigation done right. Especially when Dr. Courtney Stevens... Ah, we got her! Apple the force's eye. Hold on a minute. What are you talking about? Who's Courtney Stevens? Ah, sorry, got a bit carried away there. Stevens is Dr. Scythe's maiden name. Her maiden name? That was before she was married. Of course, yes, silly me. It's Scythe now, isn't it? Stevens. I'm sure I've seen that name somewhere recently. Anyway, the point is, those were the great old days of policing, not like now. Sorry to interrupt, sir. Think you could change your statement to include that name? Oh yes, I don't see why not. She was Courtney Stevens back when I knew of her, the legendary coroner. Alright, now let's go press number 5.
Hold it!
I think we almost have everything we need. Why did you bring so much corn with you? Colonel Cobb! Proper nibbler. The cornels point you in the right direction. Nibble, nibble, guilty bobble. Why are you trying to be like the old witness, or the jurist number 4? Professor Harebrain's fate is to be decided by a cob of corn. Then stop eating the corn, amazing, oh my god. It's not far-fetched, it's what happened. Fine, Colonel Cobb can have the respect he needs. Okay. Read a book while eating a rice cracker. Alright, let's press number 6 again. Now that he's changed his statement. Legendary, was she? Uh-oh. Aha. Okay. So the issue here comes down to where we pit this against, and if we pit, I'm gonna pit like this.
Objection!
Because we know they're connected via the autopsy report. So, jury number 2. Oh gosh, me? What can I do for you? Assume you heard what juror number 6 said in his statement. Brought to light the maiden name of the coroner, Dr. Scythe, which in turn has revealed a connection that wasn't apparent before. Well, naturally, as a woman of society, I find such connections and relationships irresistible. Oh golly, I'm afraid I fail to see what you mean. Scythe's maiden name is Stevens. The name of the coroner is very definitely linked to the waxwork of the killer. Defense has evidence to prove it. Thank you, Gregson! Counsel, the court cannot overlook that last remark. Very much hope there is substance to your claim. Of course, my lord. We ask the court to look at this. Evidence that links Dr. Scythe to the mass murderer known as the Professor. The killer autopsy report that Gregson got for us. Tobias Gregson got this for us. 10-year-old autopsy report? What relevance does that have? Is, of course, the autopsy of the person portrayed in the waxwork, the killer known as the Professor. The Professors? That man was a capital offender, so... That's right. It's a certification of death that was drawn up after the convict's execution. The identity of the killer was never made public, so the report gives few details. What's important is the name of the coroner who wrote it. Courtney Stevens. Oh my, Courtney Stevens! Strike a light! It appears that the professor's autopsy was conducted by Dr. Scythe 10 years ago. A few days ago, Mr. Drebber very deliberately stole the waxwork of the professor from Madame Tuspel's. Waxwork that doesn't, in fact, resemble the victim, Mr. Asmund, at all. And do you suppose there's some unsavory relationship between those events? Absolutely, I'm sure of it. There's no doubt in my mind that the professor's case is at the heart of a link that we have yet to uncover. Between Dr. Courtney Scythe and Mr. Enoch Drebber. Hidden links, mysterious connections, secret relationships. This is all most extraordinary. We're surely obliged now to explore this further. What do you mean it sounds a bit far-fetched? I think it's pretty obvious. They didn't actually... If what I'm thinking is right, she wrote up that report, but they couldn't actually execute the professor. Yes. Thank you, Bobby. If the waxwork scene is anything to say about it, I'm gonna pit you against the corn girl, because it doesn't seem like... Well, this guy needs to change his mind, because we literally proved it. Hold on, let's go back and press number 1. Actually, no, he's talking about those two. We proved a link between the professor. So this is the only thing I can think to do for pitting right now.
Objection!
Two statements clearly contradict each other. Good gracious! What statements do you refer, counsel? Put down your corn for a moment, juror number 5. Oh, you mean me? Point out it's wrong to make an accusation without evidence. The accusation of the waxwork model was inside the second birdcage on the day in question. It's not without supporting evidence, as the defense demonstrated the juror sitting beside you. Ooh, is that right? Would it be fair to say you didn't follow the argument? I don't understand much besides Colonel Cobb, to be honest. If I could interject here. Please do, sir. Yeah, the kid's going real ham on the corn. Assertion of yours about the waxwork has been backed up by some solid evidence. It would be wrong of me as a man of science not to pursue the matter further. Nice! Now we just need one more person. Oh, well, me too then. Sorry? This brainy gentleman says he's right, and he must be right. See, I wouldn't dream of going against Colonel Cobb or anyone who's got stuff in between the ear. Thank you, Colonel Cobb. Success! If you can call it that. Thank you, counsel. That will do. As a result of the summation examination, the jury's overall leaning has changed. 2 jurors now called guilty against 4 who call not guilty. Accordingly, the court has failed to reach a consensus at this time. The trial must continue. We did it. Well done, Mr. Naruhodo. Another wonderful victory. Did you see that, Kazuma? Up there in heaven, right across the room? The waxwork of the despicable professor, used as a body double for the victims in this quite extraordinary case. I must say, it's extremely hard to believe the assertion could possibly be true. However, it would appear that it does at least warrant further investigation. The waxwork of the professor that links Mr. Drebber and Dr. Scythe. I'm convinced that there's special significance to that link. I don't know what you're hoping to prove, lad, I really don't! Truth, sir, by using evidence and testimony. The court is to delve deeper into the alleged involvement of the waxwork in this case. The prosecution calls for the owner of the model to be summoned as a witness. The owner? Madame Tuspels. I thought Lord Van Zeeks would object to this whole line of inquiry. Very well, I concur. Make arrangement for Madame Tuspels to appear as a witness with immediate effect. Listen carefully, my learned friend. Oh, yes? You should know that you're on the brink of opening Pandora's box. By Pandora's box, you mean the helmet on the professor's head that is preventing us from seeing his face. Madame Tuspels, yes. I shall see to it at once, my lord. Gregson, go fetch the woman for me. Woo! That's part 1 of what I hope is a 2-part trial and not a 3-part trial, but it's looking like it's going to be a 3-part.